As a non-American, what's going on with the Putin love-in? Most actual people who live here do not love Putin and Russia. Not even most of the Republicans do. I live in Florida, a state filled with right-wing nutters, and I can still say this Russia shit isn't as popular as people outside of America think. What you're seeing is Russian and Chinese attempts to drive wedges between people to destabilize our country via social media. We do have pro-Russia politicians, but they are not in the majority. Trump has such a lock on the Republicans that it's true that Russia gets more support from the Republicans than it should, because the Republicans have figured out they can't cross Trump and so support Russia, but that doesn't have a lot to do with everyday people. Most people are fine with wrecking Russia via Ukraine support. Russia has very successfully infiltrated American online spaces. They pose as Americans and sow discord, push misinformation. They've also wooed many of our stupider politicians. A fake journalist who got fired for contributing significantly to a huge lawsuit against Fox News fake news went to suck off Putin, and morons believed him. As an American, no idea. Our right-wing media just started doing it one day, and we can only guess why. Reddit isn't a trustworthy news site. Especially that sub. Don Jr., we get all the funding we need from Russia. Donald John Trump is a Russian asset and has been for many, many years. The problem with those influenced by propaganda is that they are susceptible to believing that everyone else is influenced by propaganda and not them. For example, Tucker Carlson is telling everyone how good the shopping in Russia is right now and how cheap it is compared to the USA. Of course, he isn't taking into account that he is a pet and useful idiot of Vladimir Putin, and that ordinary people in Russia neither have the money nor the access to those wonderful shopping experiences. Tucker is judging the prices by American standard income, not the average Russian income. Either that or he is a cynical lying asshole, a view that the courts in the USA seem to share. MAGA loves Trump. Trump loves Putin. Therefore, MAGA loves Putin. It's the culmination of several years' worth of psyops from various intelligence groups from adversarial nations levied against the US populace, coupled with a large handful of easily manipulated and/or outright paid off, self-interested individuals who would happily sell out their own grandmothers if it meant they could benefit. Among a few other key reasons. Termites cannot destroy a house from the outside in, but given enough time, they can bring it down from the inside out. MAGA sees him as the ideal leader, basically a success story that Trump needs to emulate. Trump and Putin align particularly when it comes to dismantling American democracy. I too am not American, but what I can see from the side is that American society is quite divided along many lines, and Rus guys know well enough to play on those divisions to weaken and divide civilized countries. Supporting Trump and spreading MAGA is just one of those plays. Crazy Trump cult freaks. The answer is Donald Trump. Russian propaganda is being disseminated to us left and right, and many are falling for it and parroting pro-Putin talking points. Russia is quickly learning that their propaganda is an effective tool at dividing and destabilizing us. Biden supports Ukraine, therefore Ukraine must be bad. Putin is attacking Ukraine, therefore Putin must be good. Simple as that in their heads. Today's Russia is a Christian, Orthodox, theocratic state with laws against homosexuality. Putin and associates go on and on about that degenerate, liberal cultural values in the West and its supposed declining civilization. It's openly anti-nationalist. They've recently started to restrict access to abortions. And they are a petroleum exporting state that doesn't give a hoot about climate change and opposes climate change policy. So, if you're a right-wing evangelical Christian and or MAGA type in the USA, what's not to like? This is exactly what they want for the USA. Strongman leader. Drill, drill, drill for oil. Drop the separation of church and state. Roll back progress on gay marriage and trans rights. Look, they're not idiots. They're morally and ideologically wrong on these issues, but they're not idiots. Just look at the things they say. They see in Russia what they want for the USA. That and key people in the Trump administration own shares in and had executive roles in and around the Russian oil and gas sector. Oh, and if Biden supports Ukraine, then they have to take the opposite stand, because, owning the lips, it's only a segment of the American right, mostly following the lead of their orange leader, who openly admires all authoritarians, especially right-wing ones like Putin. Luckily, it's a minority view even among Republicans. Also, the journalist who just did an interview with him, Tucker Carlson, is a guy who was fired from Fox News for being too racist. You heard that right, fired from Fox News for being too racist. We have a real issue with our education system here. Lots of subpar thinking minds burning rubber on the interwebs with their cult conspiracy lies destabilizing America's already low intelligence ratios. In short, many of us are very dumb here. Kind of like Frankenstein's monster. We are a nation of window lickers trying to push our broken agendas on the planet. My apologies. Putin is showing to the world that in the US, nobody knows who is in charge, and that's scary. I've seen zero pro-Putin anything, we all know he's still an asshole.